So for young people that haven't quite decided their career path, whether they're going to go down the business route or the engineering route or the marketing, and they're not quite sure, and maybe they're getting family pressure about how high they could go in any one of those paths. I mean, that's a conversation that I guess lots of people have with their parents, concerns about finances and job security. What I'm hearing from you is that the pool of qualified engineers in the business jet sector globally is already quite small, and in Asia even smaller. So does it follow that actually job prospects are pretty good, and your opportunity to rise up the ladder should be pretty strong, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. The big thing, I mean, and if you're torn between an engineering and a management role, anybody that asks me, I always recommend that they go the engineering side first, because that knowledge you learn in engineering will make you a better manager as well. It's hard to manage an organization when you're not 100% sure exactly what's going on the floor, right? So I've worked for a lot of people. A lot of them have an engineering background, and I find that those people understand the day-to-day activities on the floor a whole lot better than some that were just a commercial person that's just in there purely for a management role. They understand the pitfalls of the business, and it's easier for them to understand. So to get that engineering knowledge, even if it's only 6 months or a year, and you decide that maybe that's not for you and you'd like to progress down a more administrative or management role, that bit of information that you've learned through that process is really, it's priceless.
Perfect. I think that's really good advice, because some of the fear that goes into making a decision about what to study in school, or which path to go down, which job interviews to apply for, how to assign our energies as students, a lot of fear goes into it, because there's a lot of, what if I make the wrong decision? What if I change my mind? What if I don't like it? And I've heard you say previously, look, don't be a one-trick pony, because that's going to give you the flexibility ultimately to transfer from department to department, skill area to skill area. Can you just walk us through your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. And as when you're looking at hiring someone as well, you also want to see a bit of diversity and a bit of understanding of the different areas of the business, because it does make everything easier for you to have that employee that's got the little bit broader focus as well. So I guess for me, that's exactly the path I took. Like I said, I started in diesel engines, and then I went into upholstery, and then I went into woodwork. And the whole time I was doing some mechanical work and avionics work, and just various things to try to learn all those different departments and different facets of the industry and the engineering side. When I came to Singapore, it was to help grow the facility. I set up a few of the interior lines here, as well as some of the large aircraft services for the Boeing and the Airbus side. But then ultimately I transitioned into sales and on and on. So, I mean, there really is, you can take the steps right through it, but just in the sales role alone, if that's something you aspire to be, by having that now, the big purpose of Jet moving me into sales when I was there was because of the technical knowledge. Now we're finding very much a trend. The directors of maintenance and people you're dealing with want to know that the facility is competent. They want to know that you have the engineering knowledge, but they will corner you in a sales meeting and start asking you tech questions about their plane, going, we had this problem, we had this problem. What would you do? And that's their way of calling you out to see if you actually know what you're talking about. And it's very valid. I mean, now in my role, I do the same thing. When I'm looking at potential MRO facilities, is I want to know that people that are coming to talk to me actually are able to speak truly for the facility. So having that engineering knowledge really does bring a wealth of knowledge anywhere, any position that you want to do in the sector.
Well, these are expensive machines. So if you're going to tinker about with private jets, and I say tinker in a very joking way, it's a highly skilled approach. But yeah, absolutely, you need to show your legitimacy.